In reversal, Trump says Russia attacked Ukraine. Reuters. Washington. Reuters. President Donald Trump reversed course on Friday and said Russia did in fact invade Ukraine, and Kyiv would soon sign a minerals agreement with the United States as part of efforts to end the Ukraine war. Trump had said on Tuesday that Ukraine should have never started the war 3 years ago, prompting a wave of criticism both domestically and internationally. Pressed on the subject in an interview with Fox News Radio on Friday, he acknowledged Russia had added. Below are your comments. Trump walking back a statement will not change the damage the statement made with his base. They will run with it because it was what they wanted to hear. To most of us, facts are immutable unless new, credible evidence emerges. To Trump, however, facts are pliable commodities to be used to his own advantage. The facts he cites may be entirely true, entirely false, or somewhere in between. He simply does not care as long as what he's saying sounds good to him at the moment and makes his adversaries, real or perceived, look bad. This is the vile creature that passes for leader of. Trump voters have a lot to answer for. Russia attacked, but they shouldn't have let him attack. Trump just revealed the secret to ending all wars. By simply stopping the enemies before they start the attacking. What a revelation. Why didn't any of us think of that? The minerals are for technology and aerospace, so Ukraine's minerals will go to oligarchs like Musk. Through Trump, so, of course, he'll get his cut. I hope Ukraine makes a deal with Europe going forward and nothing goes to the US, since this wasn't agreed to for past assistance. They cannot count on Trump, nobody can. The Ukrainians have the minerals that Trump wants, that's a card, and they have UK and European security guarantees, another card. Trump must resist this tendency to carve up Ukraine between the US and Russia. Good deals are good for all concerned parties. Trump has never criticized Putin, even when he was bombing children's hospitals. What does Putin have on him to be so fearful? Trump is the worst president the USA has had twice. It's hard to believe what Trump's infatuation is with Putin. Putin cannot do anything for him. Trump is living off the taxpayers and takes much and delivers little to the people who voted for him. The loss of all these jobs are going to add to inflation, not to mention the lives he has ruined. Ukraine doesn't have any cards? For the last 3 years, little Ukraine has held back the second-best military in the world. Russia figured a 7-day capture of Kyiv. Russia has lost closing in on 1 million troops, most of its modern military equipment. 1 million have fled the country, its Black Sea Fleet sunk or ran, invasion of its homeland. A first since WW2, an economy in disaster mode, Russian bases, oil refineries, factories struck, and Zelensky would do better to have the EU as an intermediary. He's not going to get any more military or financial support from the Trump administration and can't count on them to live up to any security guarantees. He's better off making that mineral deal with the EU, who know that defending Ukraine defends themselves. Obviously, his aides didn't prepare enough explainer pictures the first time around and he got conference used. Trump is not on our side in the entire history of the Trump family in our country, beginning in 1885 when Friedrich arrived to run a bar bordello. Not one of them has served in our military. Not one. Russia is the largest country on Earth. Canada is second, with very similar resources and climate. Canada 41 people, Russia 143 Canada GDP equals $2.24 trillion USD. Russia equals $2.06 trillion. Canada per cap GDP equals $54,000 Rus. EA equals $14,000. Canada ALX equals 84.2 years. Russia equals 72.3 years. Canada equals democracy. Russia equals. Another big lie. The military support was sent with no strings attached. If Ukraine is willing to pay for support, it would have to be equitable with other NATO nations. Trump, as usual, expects special treatment, which he will not get. I replied to many MAGA fanatics as they were cheering their win after the election. Actually, you lost 2-0-0. The difference being that you just don't know it yet. I wonder if they're beginning to realize it now. 0-0. Flip-flop. Trump flips again. In February 13, Trump fired 300 essential workers at Natal Nuclear Security Admiral. In 24 hours later, Trump begs them to come back. Trump flip-flopped on his claims about Russia only because of reaction from world leaders and U.S. politicians. Trump has a financial deal with Putin, help get Russia seized land in return for Ukrainian minerals. And probably other deals. Neither Trump or Putin can be trusted in any agreement unless European allies and the UN are involved. To hold them to it. Part of any security agreement and any sale of rare earth minerals should include a fast-track UN membership for Ukraine. That is the only way to protect Ukraine from further invasion from Russia. As for Trump's claim that Biden and Zelensky could have prevented Russia's invasion, the U.S. intel warned Zelensky about Russian troops and equipment advancing toward the borders over 2 weeks. By satellite images. Zelensky had no previous reason to believe Russia would invade. The U.S. was not authorized to get into a war. Trump is still looking for excuses, still refuses to say anything about Putin, which says a lot about his plans. That Zelensky is quite a leader. He takes on Putin and then he takes on Trump, two of the world's biggest bullies. There are senators hiding in their office afraid of Trump, but Zelensky showed how to handle that guy. You have to admire him. There are almost no qualifications to be President of the United States other than age and citizenship. Basically, this means that an unqualified fool could be president. Donald Trump is poorly educated and needs psychological intervention. I often wondered what it would look like to have a fool run our government. I guess inflation would go up immediately and the stock market would take a precipitous drop. These events would be accompanied by job losses and rising debt. We have a fool running our government. They shouldn't have let him, Putin, attack. They fought back for goodness sake. One bright comment after another. Russia attacked, but they shouldn't have let him attack, Trump said, adding that Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky and then U.S. President Joe Biden should have taken steps to avert the invasion. This is where I stopped reading. 00. This is the man found guilty of assault on a female in a dressing room who blames the victim. He really doesn't get it. About anything. My pride in being an American for 86 years is close to being non-existent. The principles of our T-nation, the guiding light of the world, is no longer the talk of the free world. What's happening in our county needs to stop. 00. Correction. Bone-spurred warrior demands Ukraine sign over mineral right to him. Disease outbreaks, plane crashes. $10 carton eggs, unelected official accessing our personal inform. Asian and his competitors, all our allies hate us. Are we great yet? Tucker, as disloyal as Trump, Moscow is so much nicer than any city in my country. And now it is so much cleaner and safer and prettier, aesthetically, its architecture, its food, its service, than any city in the United States that you have to. And this is not ideological. How did that happen? How did that happen? Tucker Carlson, Dubai, February 12, 2024. What do you think? Did he just learn this? Or is this just another senior moment we see 14 times a day? Both options equally plausible. A group in the know must have told Trump that he broke planet Earth and he better fix it. There must have been a mutiny inside. MAGA and Trump are children reading at the 5th grade level. They act like spoiled, undisciplined children. They're dangerous and cannot be trusted for anything. Why is Putin uniquely afraid of Ukraine being in NATO? Norway, Sweden, Finland, Poland, Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, and Turkey all border Russia. All are in NATO. Why is Putin so afraid of Ukraine? And the wheels on the bus go round and round. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you like it, please thumbs up.